Michelle. Okay, I didn't know if this was actually working or not, because I haven't done this live thing before. Hey everybody. Hi Andrea. Hi Lisa. Okay, is the connection okay? Can you guys hear me all right? Put a note or something so I can see. Let me know if you can hear me okay, or if the connection is okay. Emma, you're not supposed to be watching me. Let me know if you can hear me okay, guys. Because, like I said, I've never done this YouTube live thing before, so I don't know how it works. I just turned it on. It says I've got a bad connection, so I'm just hoping that it's streaming okay.
Mom, no one can see you. You're offline. There you
go. Okay, is it working?
Yeah.
It is working? Okay, because it just says bad connection, but it doesn't say if you can actually see me or not. Hang on, I'm going to check on my...
Someone said I can hear you, but you're buffering / lagging a little bit, but that could be on my end.
Okay. Right.
I'm watching you. You're fine.
It could be the internet here at the house, because I'm upstairs. I'm not downstairs next to the router. Okay. Okay, so as long as I know it's working and people can see me, I'm in the dining room and the router is actually downstairs, so I normally record up here, but of course I usually upload it from downstairs. So, WIP Parade. I am going to attempt to go through all of my WIPs. Yeah, thanks Emma, technical advisor. I'm going to attempt to go through all of my WIPs, and they're not going to be in any specific order or anything. I'm just going to, I guess, go through them. And if you got any questions, just, I guess, put them in the chat so I can see them, and I can try and answer them as I go. I've got a stack of things here on my chair of my current WIPs, some older WIPs over here, and then I got some other WIPs here in front, so in no particular order we'll go through them. Okay, first one. This is a Haid. I started in February at the Haid retreat in England. This is a colorful past by Jane Worcester Scott. I only have a black and white copy of the photograph because it's I just printed it on a black and white printer. I started this at the retreat when I went over to visit Donna. And this is how far it got. A lot of black. I just concentrated on filling in as much of the sky as I could while I was at the retreat. I'm actually stitching this on 28 count white. Yeah, it's 28 count, and I'm stitching it 2/1. Hi Diane. I'm stitching it 2/1 on the 28 count 10th stitch. So the 10th stitch is okay. You can see a little of white flecks through it, but I like the coverage. I think the coverage is fine on 28 count. And that's mostly solid black and some DMC 939. So it's black and very dark navy. Hey Martian Stitcher from Nova Scotia. So that's that Haid. I started it, I wanted to start it while I was in England with Donna at the retreat, but I didn't really have, hey Tricia! Didn't really have any intent on putting it into my regular rotation this year. So that's that. Hang on. Oh, I think I'm back. Okay. I think I lost my connection there for a minute. So I was enabled by Lindy Stitches and Blitz Stitch to do this one. I started it. I'm actually doing it, I think the chart calls for 32 count linen. And you're supposed to stitch it 1 strand over 2, which would be the same as 16 count. But that would have made this thing huge. It's like 420 by 200. So I decided to do it on 25 count white Lugana. But I'm doing it 1 over 1 on the 25 count. So that's where this is right now. I don't know how well you can see that. Teeny tiny little stitches. So that's, I just have the top, I think this is 1 page. I have 1 page of the chart done. And that's where that is at the moment. So that's that one. So that's 25 count antique white. 1 over 1. The next one I have, I'm going to stack these over here out of the way. I should be making a list as I'm going because I don't even remember half of my stuff. This one is A Christmas Carol by Heaven and Earth Designs. Now, I don't have a picture of this one here with me because I just have my working copy of the actual chart there. I don't have the picture. Hey, Donna. So this is Christmas Carol. I'm stitching this one 1 over 1 and 25 count as well. And that's A Christmas Carol. Hang on, I'll hold it up so you can see it better. Hey Claire, nice to see you. Morning for you, night for me, but I'm still having my coffee. It's actually almost 10 after 8 here. So this is A Christmas Carol by Heaven and Earth. Again, I'm stitching it 1 over 1. 1 over 1. Look at my Pyrex up there. Look, I have 2 new mugs. Do you see those, Claire? Yeah, so this is 1 over 1, and I love the detail in this. There are some very confetti-heavy sections, but this chart is gorgeous. I mean, the detail is just phenomenal. So, I love it. This is one of my focuses this year, is this piece. At least it was my focus, this one and Record Girl, until I picked up Jay's piece and started stitching that for her. So, yeah. All right. So that's that one. Next one. This one is my Old World map, again by Heaven and Earth Designs. I have a lot of Haids. Again, this is just a black and white picture because my working copy is just printed in black and white. And I'm currently working this section of the chart over here. Now this one I'm doing 2/1 on 18 count. Hi, Andrea. Okay. So this one's 2/1 on 18 count. And I have quite a bit of this one done. So, like I said, this is very confetti heavy, this top section. Not so much this part. So it gets better as I'm getting down the page. The last time I had this out to work on it, I lost a little bit of steam on it. I think I just got burnt out on the confetti and I just needed something a little easier to stitch, so I went back to another piece. Claire, I just showed off those two pieces, those Pyrex dishes you asked me about in my last video. I showed them off in, I think, my video I posted yesterday of my vlog for the month of August. Okay. Oh, you're getting lag too. Okay. It's probably my connection. I wonder if I move downstairs, if that would work better. Okay. Bye, Claire. All right, this one is the most recent one I started. This one is 4 Seasons. By Heaven and Earth. And I just started this one on my wedding anniversary last week, actually. I ordered this huge piece of fabric. I don't need the entire thing for this, but... So I'm doing this one on 28 count Monaco. 28 count Monaco, and I'm stitching it 2/1. It's very confetti heavy, as you can see by the number of part threads. But it's, I'm trying to get a good picture there of the piece so you can actually see it. This is like the corner of a hedge here on the first page. So this is actually three rows completed on the first page of that chart. And I'm on my iPad as well, so the comments only pop up on the bottom of the feed for like a minute. So if you ask me a question and I don't see it right away, or I don't answer you, just re-ask it. Yeah, Claire, that is a lot of park threads. It's super confetti heavy. That's something that's going to take me, I think, a long time to complete, for sure. Next one. This one is Death by Cross Stitch. So Death by Cross Stitch, everyone probably knows what it looks like, I would think, by now. Where's the first page? Here it is. So Death by Cross Stitch by Long Dog Samplers. And I started in this top corner up here. And you'll see I have all of this here done. And I'm actually getting ready to move down into this section. I'm doing this one on 25 count white Lugana, and I'm stitching it 1/1 with DMC 939, which is a really dark navy instead of black. So I've got most of this done here. And this is the section here. This section here, below that is where the alphabet goes. So I've gotten a nice bit of work done on this one. Okay. So that's Death by Cross Stitch. I still have it on my Q. I just had the Q snap, the material's just loosened up on it so it doesn't stretch my material too much. Okay, next one. I don't know if this is a good idea or a bad idea. I'm probably going to get depressed by all the whips I have. Alright, this one is my big red ship. And it's still on my lap stand, so I'll just turn it around like this so you can see it. So that's Big Red Life by Ink Circles. I don't think the picture here with me. No, I don't have the picture with me. I'm stitching this the same as Death by Cross Stitch. I'm doing 1/1 on 25 count. And I've gotten a couple pages done. I think this was one page. And then this is moving down into the lower page, and this is moving over into page 2. So if I turn it sideways, you can see the stitching a little better. So that's the stitching. Bye, Claire. Have a good day. All right, so that is that. Put that away. Now, oh, when I'm stitching that one, I said on 25 count 1/1, but what I'm using for the thread is a red burgundy, like a silk that I got from Silks For You, and I absolutely love it. It's gorgeous to work with. I really, really like it. Okay. Next one, Record Girls. Now, I still have this one on my big Q snap. I'm not going to take it off because you guys have all seen this before anyway, because it's a regular whip that I'm working on. But I'll just show you where I finished up this week. So this is where I finished up this week. I completed this page with her, and then I moved over, started working on her sleeve, filling in some of the colors in the dress here, started working on the space that separates the two girls, and I also started working on, this is a record that the other gal is holding in her hand. So this one I'm stitching, hi Sharon, this one I'm stitching 2/1 on 18 count Aida. You can see my stitches there. I really like coverage on 2/1 on 18 count Aida. It's really, really good coverage. So all of my most of my full coverage pieces, I like this coverage. So that's Record Girls. Now, what else we have? I think that's the Record Girls chart. Yeah, that's the chart. Okay, this is one I haven't had out in a while. My Mirabilia Santa's Magic. Hi, Betty. Santa's Magic by Mirabilia. Or is it Nora Corbett? No, it's Mirabilia. So I started this one last summer. I went to Moncton to visit my mother-in-law, and Because You Count is in Moncton, and I went to visit. I'm just reading some of the comments. That, yeah, Record Girls is fun. I really enjoy it. I actually my mother still has the original picture that was hanging in my bedroom as a kid. Hi, Sandra. So this is my Mirabilia Santa's Magic. As I was saying, I'm in New Brunswick to visit my mother-in-law, and I went to Because You Count, which is a fabulous store in Moncton, New Brunswick. It's fantastic. I love it. And they had this stitched hanging on the wall, and I've never had a desire to stitch a Mirabilia because they're just not something I think that I would ever hang really in my head. Like, I'm not a mermaid girl, and I'm not like, I like looking at them when other people stitch them, but I just don't know where I would ever put them. Like, they're not my aesthetic, I guess. I could stitch one and give it away, I guess, to my niece or somebody. But this Santa really piqued my interest. So I'm stitching this one on Picture This Plus, 28 count. It's 28 count Picture This Plus in Mellow. And I have to figure out which way is up. I think it's this way. Nope. I think it's this way. If I can't tell which way is up, you guys won't be able to tell which way either, right? Yeah. This way is up, I think. Yes. So, I'll get my part threads out of the way. There we go. So this is where I am with Santa. Sitting in here sucks because my dining room light is literally right over my head. So there's Santa. The only thing I've done is I've managed, this fabric is so flimsy. I've managed to, I don't know if you can see here where his tassel is, and then his cuff for his sleeve comes down, and then you get into this, I guess, glittery bit. That's what I've gotten done. Hi, Judy. So that's where my Santa's Magic is. I really, really love working on this piece. It's so sparkly. Like, there's so many sparkles in him. And the only parts that I've filled in the krennic for are once I get the stitching done around it, I then go back and fill in the krennic. And I am using krennic on this. I'm stitching it 2 over 2 on 28 count, which makes it the same as 14 count Ada. And yeah, like I said, I saw this stitched up at the store and it looked fabulous, so I had to get it. One thing that this one calls for is whisper thread, and I've never worked with whisper thread. Now, I did see Sarah, Stitchin' Mummy. She put up a video yesterday about stitching with whisper thread. and you just stitch with it like any other kind of thread basically. But she was talking about, you know, making sure you cut your lengths short. So I'll just have to keep that in mind, because this guy calls for, it's, hang on, it's like a white, a creamy white whisper thread, and then this brown whisper thread. So, and like I said, I've never stitched with it, but Sarah gave a couple of really good tips yesterday in her video about keeping your length short so that the fuzziness doesn't wear off of your thread as you're actually stitching with it. Okay, so that's my Mirabilia. Next one. I have, where did I put it? Let's start going through this. Too many pieces in here. Okay, this is Plum Street Samplers. Paulette. She put out a free 12 days of Christmas by Paulette Stewart. She put this on her website, on her blog, so you can get that from there. And it's the 12 days of Christmas, and I started it, and then I kind of lost some steam on it. So I'm stitching this one 2 over 2 on 28 count, I think this is. Yeah, I think this is 2 over 2. It's either on, it might be 32 count, actually. So that's where this one is. I've got days 1 through 9 done. The 9th day of Christmas. So I've stuck to 2 colors mostly throughout, the green and the red, and added in a little bit of metallic, and that was it. Mostly stuck to the same 2 colors the whole way through. And then I got down here to 10 Lords a Leaping. Oh, that's cool, Betty. Congratulations on that. Betty was just saying she got first place at her fair for this piece. So yeah, so I'm down to 10. I only have 10, 11, and 12 left to do. But it was the repetitive stitching that really got to me. Like, you know, by the time I had stitched 9 maids of milking, and there was 9 of them, you know. Yeah, I got to the 10 Lords a Leaping, and I got 5 of them stitched, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't do another 5 just yet. So I put it away for a break. So yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea, Sharon. So I'm going to finish this one off. I don't have much left to go. As you can see, like I said, it's, you know, it's just about done. I just had the last 3 blocks to do. Well, 2.5 blocks, really. I don't know if I'll finish it for this Christmas. I like to stitch Christmas stuff around Christmas time, so maybe I will stitch this during Christmas and then get it made into a wall hanging for next year. Yeah, good idea, Betty. I should have started with the 12th day too and worked myself backwards. Would have been easier. Okay, so that's my 12 days of Christmas. Now we're getting into some older WIP. Older WIPs that I haven't touched in a while. Where is my... I don't see it here. I think I left the chart downstairs. Okay. Yeah, I think I might have left. Oh, no, I didn't. Here it is. Mini bath time by Heaven and Earth Designs, because I don't have enough Heaven and Earths already. So this is mini bath time. Again, it's in black and white because I print off everything in black and white. I started this one Christmas of last year. And I just have so many full coverage pieces that, you know, I decided this wasn't going to be one that I was going to concentrate on. So I'm doing this one as well, 2/1 tint on 28 count. And that's where I am. I'm just getting to the part where you can see the wallpaper in the background, like the design. Hi, Julia. So yeah, I'm just getting to this part here where you can see the wallpaper. And again, the coverage is really good. The lighting is really bad, but the coverage is really good. I have one missed stitch right there that I can see. Yeah. So the coverage is good. If I show you the picture again, this is where I've gotten down to this part here where you can just see the start of the wallpaper. There we go. So that's that one. And where I'm doing that one tent stitch, you know, I find that the stitching goes a lot quicker. Now I'm only doing a couple in tent stitch, but that's one of them. Okay. What else do I have? I don't even know what this is. No, that's not a WIP. This is so old, I don't even know if you can call it a WIP. It's a Paula Vaughn one that I started. Oh my gosh. I don't know. I started a long time ago. It's called Sunlight and Silhouette. And it's on Ada. And I have so much of it done. Really, it's this side of the chart that needs to be finished. There's supposed to be a rocking chair here with a quilt. And some of the rug here on the floor needs to be finished. And I think some of the bed, there's a bed on this side. I think some of that needs to be finished. Like, I started it so long ago, it's really not a WIP anymore. It's almost an FFO. I will finish it at some point. The thing is, I actually have the book that this was in. It's called The Best of Paula Vaughn. And it's a book. And the chart was color. And I wasn't marking my chart as I went. So really, for me to just pick this up, like all these other ones that I have, I can pick them up and know exactly where I left off. Yeah, Judy, I can't stand the charts either, the colored charts. I mean, they look nice. The charts look nice, but I don't like marking them off. I don't like following them. So, yeah. So now in order for me to pick this back up again, I kind of have to get a photocopy of it and mark off what I've gotten done to figure out what's still left to do. I would hasten to guess that this is at least 2/3 done, maybe 3/4 done. But again, and we all know what Paula Vaughns are like for back stitching. There's probably a ton of back stitching in there that I don't have done yet that needs to be completed as well. So I'll do it sometime. I will finish it one of these years. I refuse to throw it away. Okay. Okay, next WIP. Next one, what's this one? Oh, these are Snowflower Diaries. Joyful World Sal. I believe this was a sal from last year, but I started doing it this year. I did January, and I cut all the fabric. I had this really, I don't know, it's just cream colored 14 count Aida. So what I did was I cut the Aida plenty large, plenty big enough for each of the designs. And I started them. So I had the fabric all cut. January's done, which is in here somewhere. But this is February's. So this is as far as I've gotten on February's chart. Just a couple of ducks. And again, it's 14 count Aida. So, and I will do this series because I want to do them. I have a overhang in my living room. It's like a big shelf that runs the length of the wall, and I was thinking I could do the 12 months and put them in small frames, like just big enough for the piece, or do flat folds. Probably do flat folds and just put them right along the shelving unit at the top of the room. So that's the Joyful World Sal. I don't know what else I have in here. Let's see. Oh, here's one. This is one I haven't touched in a while. This is a pick-to-pat chart that I made myself. This is a painting actually that a local artist here painted, and I got his permission. He gave me permission to turn it into a chart. So I turned it into a chart and started stitching it. And again, it's not that I lost steam on it. I just have so many things that I really decided this year that I was going to concentrate on specific pieces, which I've been really good at doing so far, for the most part. Let me get my needle minder off here. So this is Quiet Frost. So I have the full side just about done of this piece. Hi Bianca. So this is the sky, the swirling sky, snow in it, a snow-covered tree. This is the start of the outcropping of rock in the ocean. I'm stitching this one 2/1 on 18 count Aida. No, that's a lie. This is 16 count, I think. I don't think this is 18 count. I think it's 16. 2/1 on 16 count Aida. So that's where I am. Again, this one will get done. I still really like the piece. It's just, like I said, I just decided that I was going to, I just decided I was going to concentrate on a couple pieces this year. And that's what I've been doing. Okay, put my needle minder back on here. So that one's Quiet Frost. This is an old chart. Many Winds by Deborah Colburn. Yeah, Heather, it does look like something like the Aurora Cabin. I think I've got it. Actually, I think I have a color picture of it here on my phone. Just so you guys can see, and it'll do it more justice than that black and white photo. Bear with. I'm just looking. Oh, here it is. So that Quiet Frost piece, this is what the original painting looks like. You can't really see the swirls properly in the sky because the lighting there is not picking it up very well. But there's a lot of swirls in the sky up here. And yeah, you get the idea. But it's really bright, vibrant colors. I just wish that would pick it up better, but it doesn't. Anywho. Okay. So the next one is this one. This is Deborah Colburn. Oh, hi, Amy. Have a good night. Many wins. So years ago, my best friend had stitched this guy here for my mother. And I stitched this one for my mother after that. So she'd have the set. And then I went back and stitched him for myself. So I have him done. And now I'm stitching her. And I think I lost steam because I had already stitched. I stitched her, then I stitched him, and now I'm back to stitching her again. And I just lost steam on it. So I'm doing this one on 14 count cream Ada. And she looks really scary right now, but that's where she is. Right? There she is. And there she is. Yeah. So I got a lot of face done and hair. That's pretty much it. These look really, really nice when they're done. Like I said, I just lost steam on it because I had already stitched them. And now I'm restitching them for myself. And I just got tired of, you know, looking at the same chart. This is also a colored chart, but for some reason I don't mind. I did a black and white photocopy of it for myself as a working copy. So I don't mind stitching on it. It's coming out okay. What else do I have in here? This is not even worth getting out to show you, but I purchased this while I was in Scotland. Donna and I went in Edinburgh Castle. And this is a Heritage Collection piece. And I wanted that because I went to the castle and I wanted to stitch it. So I did make a start on it over there. But, again, it's literally just a start. Can't even... Hang on. So I'm just using the fabric that came with the kit. Everything came together. I didn't even baste around the edges of my fabric yet. So that's where I am. It's literally just the start of the edge of the castle and some of the grass. That's all. So that will get stitched at some point. I'm actually thinking of restarting it on some even weave or something because there's a lot of partial stitches. Now, I know you can do fractionals on Ada because I've done them on Ada for years, but they are easier to do on even weave, so I may switch this to even weave instead of the 14 count Ada when I do go back to it. I'm getting to the end of my whips, I think. Yeah. Now this is a really old piece. I think back when Stitch Mania first started, they had some sort of Halloween sale. And I decided I was going to participate. And I have I purchased the digital copy of Just Cross Stitch. Which Halloween is this? Hang on, bear with. Just Cross Stitch. Halloween 2013. So you can see I printed a digital, I purchased the digital one, so it actually says purchase by Pam Reed and has a date I purchased it and stuff. So I printed this off myself, and it's the Edgar Allan Poe sampler. And it's really colorful. I started it with really good intentions for the Sal, and then quickly found out that I'm not a Sal sort of person because I can't keep up with them because I have too many full coverage pieces because I'm a nutcase and I can't ever stitch on, you know, one thing at a time anymore like I used to do years ago. So this is on, I'm not sure if this is 28 or 32 count linen. And that is all I have done. I think that's right side up. Yes, it is. It's actually the start of this part right here with some of the orange coming down here. That's all I have done. It's it. It was a pathetic, meager little start. Yeah. So that's my little start on that. I really like this piece though. The color of it is, I really like the colors in it, so I will get this one done at some point. I think my plan going forward is going to be to concentrate on a couple of my large pieces and substitute in a not large, like a non-full coverage piece in between to break up the full coverage pieces. I think that's it for my whips. Like the actual whips, like things that I have actually started. Because I have lots of stuff here, but it's kitted up and not started. I have lots of stuff here that I want to start, but I'm trying to be good. I'm trying to really not start stuff. But I've got prairie schoolers and, oh, you know, other Nora Corbett's and, yeah. The linen and thread Sal, the mystery sampler. Oh, that's gorgeous. I've been printing that off. So I have a lot of things there kitted up, ready to go, but I'm not actually stitching any of them at the moment. So that's it, I think, for my whips. That was actually a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. It was like 40 minutes. So if you guys have any questions or anything, you can go ahead and ask them, and I'll respond, I guess, in the comments section on the video when this actually posts. Yeah. I did kit up recently 2 things. I kitted up this Nora Corbett. I'm fitting this up. This was the dragonfly that I won from A Stitch Too Far, Ingeborg, she sent me. So I have actually kitted this up now. She sent me some of the Krennic, but I've ordered all the beads and whatever Krennic I needed to finish it off. Thanks, Heather. And I just have my working copy of this here. I don't have the chart brought up. But I have this kitted up too now. I photocopied the chart, but the Nora Corbett, the sleigh, I made a working copy. They're so hard to photocopy, right? Because they're cute. They're like these big, huge sheets. So I'm at work trying to, you know, put it on the photocopier in sections to get it to work. But I have the Nora Corbett sleigh. That all kitted up. And I have this linen for it. And I just got all the beads and the Krennic for it this week as well. So, yeah. I really want to start that too. Isn't this bad? I shouldn't be looking at this other stuff. I've got too many other whips there that I need to finish first, right? Right. Anyway. So yeah, so that's all my whips. That's everything I've got. You guys have a good night. Like I said, if you got any questions, just pop them in the question bar. I'll try my best to answer them as soon as I can. Oh, I do have one other whip. Right, okay, Jay's piece. Because I've been working on Jay's Gecko Rouge piece. Hang on, I'll show this one to you. So, this is Jay's Folk Witch. Mortuary Stitches. The lovely Jay. She had this piece in her collection, and she started to stitch it and got a bit frustrated with it. Realized she was stitching it, I think, over 2 when she should have been stitching it over 1. Michelle Garrett, Bendy Stitchy, offered to restart it for her, which was lovely, and to get her going on it. And then Jay, of course, found out that she was really quite ill and was going to have surgery done. So I said to her, look, when you get it back from Michelle, if you can't stitch it or if it's too overwhelming, let me know and I'll stitch it for you, because it's a shame for you to have such a low not be able to have it and appreciate it. So this is on my Q-snap still because I'm actually stitching on this one at the moment. So I have done, this goes all the way down actually. It's wrapped around my Q-snap at the moment. I'm not taking it off because I'm doing it now as soon as I'm finished talking to you lovely people. This is, you know, the book in the center, and this is her bottom of her dress with her apron. This is her arm coming out, I think, to the cup of coffee that she's holding. Some of the steam is going up. So I actually have 3 full pages done, and I'm working on a 4th page here now. So that's where I am. So you've seen all of my whips, and you've seen right up to current where I am on these pieces. So that's it. So everybody, have a good night. I hope the lagging wasn't too bad. And I hope this posts okay after the fact, so if anybody wants to see it later on, they can. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever used YouTube Live, so yeah, I don't even know if it's fit to eat, as we would say. Anyway, have a good night, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye.